But these leads were placed in the frame just there. Don't you can see there are little grooves?
Yeah.
They slot in there and they're clamped at the back by a needle plate, and they're held in position and they don't move, fixed. Latch needles move up and down on the cam principle. These are the sinkers here. There's two types of sinker. Both look the same, but one is attached to a jack. And that jack, that hole there, pivots about that jack pin, and it enables the sinker to go up and down. The fixed sinkers all fixed along here, and they all move as one, whereas the jack sinkers can move individually.
Is that for changing the different stitches?
No, I'll show you what that's for. First part of the process is to take the yarn, carry it across the needles. As it goes across, the jack sinkers will descend as it goes past them, and that will form a loop. If you imagine two needles, jack sinker will descend just there and pull a long loop. Fixed sinker will be there, that will stay in place. Another needle, jack sinker will descend, so you'll have a loop between every two needles. Let me just get to that stage first. So this is going to put the yarn carrier across and develop the first set of loops. You've got two needles, and a loop, two needles, and a loop. You've got quite a long loop, I'm going to add a centimetre and a bit long. The next stage is to bring the fixed sinkers down, or what's sometimes known as dividers. And what these will do is to go between these needles which don't have a loop between them. And they will start to create a new loop, and they'll do that by taking yarn from that long loop. That will reduce in size as the new loop gets bigger. So I'll bring the fixed sinkers down like this, and you can see the jack sinkers starting to rise up as that loop gets smaller. And I'll finish up with an even sized loop at every single needle. So all those sinkers are about the same height, and there's a loop around every single needle, which should all be the same size. It doesn't always work out like that. Next stage in the process is to bring that loop forward under the bead of the sinker, under the bead of the needle, up to the tip, and do that by bringing the sinkers forward, and that is the loop I've just made. There's nothing holding that in place, and because I've stopped, these loops are quite long. If there were smaller loops, they would tend to twist away and get out and escape. Because I'm going slowly, we knit a very slack quality, so I can stop and show at this point. Next part of the process is to close the beard of the needle, bring the last stitch knitted, which is at the back, bring it forward over the top of the beard and drop it down around that loop hanging off the end of the needle. So I have to close the beard with the press lock, bring the sinkers forward again, and you can see the last stitch knitted sitting on top of the beard. If I bring it forward very slowly, you can see it just drop down. That's the next row of knitting. But usually something goes a bit wrong. As you finish off, bring the sinkers down, push the newly knitted stitch onto the back of the needle and start the process again. That is what they would be doing for anything up to 12, 13, 14 hours a day.
It's quite heavy machine.